The big bank and regional ETFs both seeing moves higher today. That wasn't all good news. Shares of First Republic falling another 47%. The latest development, JP Morgan is advising the company on strategic alternatives, including a potential capital raise. So with all this action in the sector, we wondered, let's put up the 4 box. Can we put up the 4 box? Because I'm going to ask the question here. Is it time to buy the banks? Show of hands. Raise your hand if you say yes, it is time to buy the banks.
Oh, boy.
Well, they're not monoliths, though.
They are not monoliths. That's true.
not.
But in terms of regionals, would you step in?
Well, hold on. We're all sitting on our hands the way Jamie Dimon's sitting on his hands, the way that all of these other banks
might get a better shot.
Sitting on their hands.
Got to get a better shot.
That's the question. But what are we sitting on our hands for? There's a note out of Baird. This is very interesting. He said, if not now, then when?
When to buy?
When, yeah. When would you buy the regionals?
Look, this is the time, and to the extent that, if anything, there's coming support in terms of confidence for the regional banks. We still don't know really what the costs are going to be, and those costs are cost of capital. We don't know what the regulatory environment's going to be. I think we've been waiting a long time for the regulatory environment to change. So if you look at the times when banks have had this kind of a credit dislocation in history, this has typically been the time. If you look at what the BKX has done over the last 4 or 5 days, it's actually stabilized somewhat, really, from Wednesday. I mean, we've kind of traded in a range. I just still think we have information in terms of who's going to be forced into bed with who, et cetera, et cetera. No question to me that we are overdone in terms of the group and in terms of positioning and in terms of what was specific to the banks that had the duration mismatch, the funding mismatch, whatever you want to say. That's not the entire banking sector.
Julie, you're just shaking your head. No way, Jose, is what it looked like from you. Why?
You know, I just continue to not like banks. I think the hardest thing is really understanding their financial statements. There's so much opportunity to, have things that are kind of hidden off-site. But the biggest problem that I have is that you basically require Dumbo's magic feather. You have to believe that it's going to be solvent. You have to believe that your deposits are always going to be there. And that's not a business model I like. I don't want to be dependent on other people's confidence. I want them to either have to buy my stuff or buy my services. Those are the types of businesses I'd much rather own.
Wow, Dumbo's magic feather. I mean, to some extent,
I didn't know what that is.
You don't know the story of Dumbo?
I know that
the little mouse is in his hat.
It's very sad in the beginning, and I think I just shut down.
You can fly, and Dumbo believes it so much.
That's how he learns to fly.
I figured out what the
well, just in case somebody out there doesn't have a toddler or a young child and doesn't know the story of Dumbo, which I didn't know 5 months ago. Now
and you think you don't learn anything on this show?
I know. The more you know, but I mean, to some extent, there is a magic feather element.
I believe there's more than a magic feather to the GSIB banks, right? I believe that the government feels that we absolutely need a financial structure that can be counted on. These are the 8. We're never letting them fail. And I think that is enough. There's a different question of, do you want to buy the stock, right? So I think that, as Tim said, we're still in a situation of uncertainty, a lot of flux. We don't know let's say the banks get their wish and they get this 2-year deposit insurance for free. I doubt they're getting it for free. They've got to pay something, right? They've got to give up something, pay something, have more deposit, have more
the consumer
less leverage, something, and we don't know what that is. So it's hard to figure out. I think that there will be opportunities. I'm not quite sure. I mean, you see a lot of deposit flow out of these. I don't know how hard it is to get it back. Right. And I got to imagine that we know Bank of America got a bunch of deposits, and JP Morgan must have just been absolutely flooded with deposits. So things have changed a lot. I'd rather wait and buy things higher and more stable.
That's interesting. So rather buy them when you have more clarity. Buy them. Right. And actually, that makes a lot of sense. When you think about what we just don't know about these, I mean, the fact that we've seen 5 bank equities here in the U.S. basically go to zero, and no one's really stepped in. There's been some extraordinary measures to try to backstop them. There's been no buyers. So if Jamie Dimon is perceived to be the smartest buyer of financial assets, other than, let's say, Warren Buffett, who's also not buying, why should you? Why should you take that risk? I know people who bought First Republic last week at $80. I know some who bought it last week at $50. I know someone who bought it today at $20. And I'm trying to be nice to these people. And I'm trying to say, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense. So to me, there's thousands of stocks Go have a ball. Go buy a bunch that you think have like great business models and have technology that they're investing in, that have great moats and great managements, and they're not financialized and don't have to be exposed to this. Because I'm just going to tell you this. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but seeing FRC cut in half today, and then seeing a stock like Charles Schwab sell off 6.5% from its opening highs after the close, all I know is that I start recalling what it felt like in 2008. Once they got done with one of these things, they started to figure out what's the next one they're going to go for. And I just don't know, in an irrational environment like that, why it makes sense to be a hero. And we're going to talk about the market later here, but I thought the market was absolutely bonkers today. The fact that the S&P and the NASDAQ were up, and then this problem child, not to mention what happened with Credit Suisse and UBS over the weekend, where its equity basically went to zero. This is Credit Suisse. Like, to me, I'm just like, who wants to be a hero and who wants to buy stocks here?